should do my Bane impression right now. Gotham City.
That's what I want as a face mask, actually, the Bane
That'd
face
be
mask.
fucking cool. Cool.
Everybody will probably just stay away, though, for sure. So at least you don't even need to try and quarantine. You just wear that mask.
Yeah, no, I was thinking ignorantly reminding everyone about the Gucci scandal last year with that mask. Like if someone brings that back for like quarantine, ooh.
It could work.
You know, I know Gucci's coming out with their own line if they haven't already. There's a few fashion designers that actually now they're coming out with they're on trend with like the fashion masks.
Yeah, I'd wear it.
COVID. You know, I think like sports teams started that. We're just diving right into this, hey?
Yeah, I think we are already.
Yeah, like do we edit something before this? We're just like right into this.
Well, we'll just add it right now. This is TuneIn To TurnFit.
Hey everybody, what's up?
Everybody.
Happy day 90 something of quarantine. I think I doubled that from the last time. It was like day 40. So I don't even know where the fuck we are.
I don't know. It feels like a day 1000 since I've been in a gym. So.
Oh yeah, you're not happy. That's like, is that a Freudian slip? Did you just say that? Like you're just what are you doing for workouts? Are you feeling a little saggy there? Is the dad bod setting in?
Well, the workouts are good. They're just different. Like I like the really heavy weights or like bodybuilding kind of experience. And I can't afford that kind of equipment in our house. One machine is like $50,000 sometimes for some of those machines, or like a nice barbell setup and everything. So I'm doing good having my own bands and stuff like that, and body weight stuff. I just miss those big heavy like plates that you just slide onto things.
It's just, it's just like ritualistic.
Yeah,
right?
The clanging of the heavy weights. Like I don't slam weights, but I mean, like, I don't know. I think it's just different.
I'm a weight slammer. I'm notorious. Like
you're one of those guys that I like. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I used to work at this big luxury gym in the city that's known globally in the fitness industry. I don't know if I can name drop them, but then I signed up for a membership thereafter. I just had a particular reputation, and like, oh fuck, when the manager was in there, just like I can just feel the eyes just burning a hole through my my gym attire just watching it. But then like the gym, like it's a luxury gym, but then it's like the way they do their tours is they walk around. It's set up very much like a shopping center, and like you have everything like itemized, and you walk things through. But it was just very like, I mean, it's a great gym. I love it, but for some of the things in there is a very, what I used to say, like a mascara effect. Like they have like an Olympic lifting platform, and they have like bumper plates and all that stuff. And I have a CrossFit level 1 coach. And, I've taught that loosely since like 2012. And I like to live before that. I lifted like bodybuilding, but I power lift and all that sort of shit. So I don't know, man, like when you're ollie lifting or you're lifting like 300-400 pounds, like that shit's coming down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the fucking point of it. And you're lifting heavy. And when you're lifting heavy, you're lifting to like near exhaustion. You're not worried about the sound it's going to make. You're not worried about letting down gently. I understand we're not like tossing it. It's like some idiot. And it's like the morons who go in there, they don't know what they're doing, that pick up like 70 pounds and they're trying to curl it and then they chuck it on the floor. I understand that. Don't do that. Don't be dumb. But if you're lifting heavy and then like, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck and acts like a duck, it's probably a fucking duck. So if I go to the gym and I see an Olympic lifting platform with bumper plates, I'm thinking I can slam some stuff, right? But definitely not.
Apparently not.
Yeah, well, they have these like Smurf colored pads. They used to call them like the bumper plate tampons or maxi pads, sorry. And it was just like, and if if we're talking about exercise, like everything feedback comes from the ground, right? Or like weight, inertia, that sort of stuff. So when it's being impacted by this soft cushion that can impact the trajectory of the movement, and you're lifting, we're talking about safety, and someone's lifting, like in a deadlift, for example, and there's a matter of like movement or a matter of inches or move, like that can impact, the way someone lifts, right? So
yeah.
Anyways, that was my rant, everybody.
Yeah, and again, you probably couldn't do that even at home. Like again, even like the weights that I have at home, I don't slam things, but anyways, I have to be super careful putting them down. I don't want to wreck the floor. The cable that I have set up for a lat pull down, I attach it through the door as a mount.
Yeah,
the door is starting to bend because
that's awesome.
Because I can only max out at 150 pounds of resistance, but I'm afraid if I add more to the door, it's just going to snap off.
Yeah, is that all you have? Yeah. So today, everyone, we are apparently talking about exercise and gym stuff as we should be, since we are a fitness company running a fitness podcast. So we're just topic number one of the day. Before we get into it, I was thinking like we were going to add a jingle to all of this. I don't think anyone really wants me singing. I was probably going to sing, but we're going to have like an intro vid. So anyone who's been avidly listening, thank you. Any new listeners, if you want to suggest any jingles, I mentioned to Dave, I was thinking of going like 1950s, 60s style, like tune in to TurnFit podcast show, something like that, you know.
Yeah, something that you'd have on your record player. I like that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. But back to exercise, ADD podcast. So, like, have you looked into getting anything else? I know I was suggesting for you to like, you know, stay 6 feet away from me and come over and you know, hit my punching bag and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, you have a lucky setup over there because you have things to mount on. You said you have like a loft, so it's like I don't really have anywhere to mount things.
Yeah, so yeah, it's the only mounting that's going on in this quarantine. I'll say that much. But yeah, everyone looks. That's not real brick. Everyone, so anyone's been watching. My pet project has been to order wallpaper and turn it into like a loft. I'm very like, I just find the brick look very romantic and stuff. But yeah, everyone is looking. It's very lofty, and I have a thing for lofts. But it's cool. Yes, I have like a punching bag thing that's hanging the chain. The punching bag's not up, and then I fortunate enough to have this like steel rail on like the town. It's like a townhouse loft on the top floor, and hang my gymnastic rings there. So yeah,
it's a wicked setup. You actually have kind of a gym, and the bricks turned out nice.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a fucking pain in the ass trying to line everything up because like it's all separate rolls. So, but yeah, then I got my tribute to people I'm fond of. There's a picture of Jack Nicholson smoking a cigar, and then next to my favorite movie, picture of Leonardo DiCaprio. I think he's the greatest actor of all time. Yeah, Wolf of Wall Street. So my little the movie Departed tribute, and then the back corner, you can't see the light, there's a Pulp Fiction poster of Samuel Jackson, Jules Winfield silhouette with quote on it. I had a Scarface poster, but like I ordered it off Amazon. I didn't really check the dimensions, and it was shipped from China, and it was like the size of a, like, I don't know, like a
postcard.
Size of the Vancouver province newspaper. I'm like, well, I can't fucking put this up. Oops. I want to get a Jean-Claude Van Damme clock. They have a. that's my nerd. I'm nerding out. I just like have this like clock with Van Damme on it from Bloodsport. I'm going to put it up somewhere. Anyways,
that'd be wicked. You have a good setup.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so like, yeah, with like, I don't know if everyone is looking for exercise tips. We're probably a couple months in, and I know on our end, we're starting to see an increase in traffic and people reaching out. We kind of predicted the fact that like, yeah, when everyone like was quarantined, I mean, you know, for a lot of fit people, a lot of people were working out, you know, switching to a lot of home-based body weight stuff is great. But at the end of the day, if you're not getting that training stress and you're, I guess you're not really planning out your training schedule in terms of like what's called the mesocycle, macrocycles, and microcycles. So like how an athlete has an on-season and off-season program, it's very deliberate, right? And I find most gym people are very habitual, and they'll do their soul cycles and their spans and this and that. But you know, having like a decrease in your training stress that doesn't fit into like your overall plan in terms of how you're laying that out, no matter what, you're going to regress. You're going to just completely regress. And the body weight stuff was good for a little bit. And you know what I mean? There's these morons like showing people how to lift couches and stuff part of the exercise program. At the end of the day, like that body weight stuff can only take you so far unless it is like structured and layered. So I guess I know for myself, I was just coming off of what was supposed to be my first physique bodybuilding competition. And I've done that diet and training before. So I made it a point to actually, I know I wanted to switch into like more conditioning based as I increase my calories to counteract the spike in glycogen. For everyone who wants any more information about that, you can reach out to us, www.turnfit.ca, leave your names. Yeah. But anyway, so like I switched to like kickboxing and boxing because my body wasn't used to it, right? So it's something completely new. I haven't really done it before. So anyway, so I've been pretty like, you know, I still look pretty jacked, you know, if anyone's listening, not
Yeah,
watching.
you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, we're okay. But yeah, so like, something doing completely new where for most people, if they're feeling frustrated, just jumping into something for the sake of jumping in something, and we've had if you've had a certain exercise history, you may not be getting the responses you want out of that. So I think that's maybe what you're probably going through, like the weights are, man, it's going to only go so far, but if you've been a heavy lifter, like you're going to regress, right? Unless you completely radically change the way you're training.
Yeah. And that's the main thing. So for the average everyday person, totally fine doing body weight stuff because most of the time they probably haven't done anything or they haven't put in as much time. So if you put in like 8 years of, let's say, bodybuilding stuff and your body's used to a certain amount of resistance, if you take away most of that resistance, then you have to significantly stimulate it in a different way to shock it. But still, like if you're used to doing squats for a few hundred pounds on your back versus just body weight, you probably will lose some size.
So they're fucked. That's what you're saying. Yeah. No, for sure.
Or unless
you completely change the way you're like training your body and it fits into like the yearly. Like, yeah, speaking of which, so like, and I really got into jump rope. And that's one of the things like that's getting a lot of attention too. I know, like, I remember like when CrossFit first came out, it's still huge. But at the end of the day, like they're taking like some of the more functional stuff that's been around for a long, long time and shedding some new light into it and onto it. But at the end of the day, like fitness is, $30 billion industry, and we're prone to a lot of marketing and the masses say a lot of stuff. Well, at the end of the day, it's the fundamental stuff, right? So like, I know like jump rope's been receiving this resurgence. And I know myself in particular, notwithstanding with just the boxing, but a lot of wear and tear from running. I'm not really meant to be a runner or whatnot. So I got a couple jump ropes, and I don't know, there's just like, just everyone has used the jump rope. I'm going through what you've probably gone through. Like it gets tangled, it gets, this happens.
You hurt yourself.
So I ended up ordering this thing called a cross rope. I follow these guys on YouTube. They're called Jump Rope Dudes. Great niche, quality videos. They got like 800,000 subscribers, and like I kept watching because I'm trying to learn. I have bad feet, bad injuries, like 15 rolled ankles from when I was being overweight or when I was overweight and I was younger and running track, and it was the 80s and people were just like, I'll drink a Slurpee, walk it off. But it's like a fun right? So anyways, yeah, so I got this thing just looks so smooth. So then I looked into it, and then like it ended up being like $99. I'm like, man, am I like that much of an asshole that I'm gonna buy like $100 jump rope? Like it's a jump rope. So like we're quarantined, so I'm like jump roping and I'm watching it, and then I signed up for it. I almost hit checkout, and then I was just like, oh no, I don't think I can do it. And then I'm jumping rope, and then my jump rope gets like tangled. The one I have, like it was good, but then it gets tangled in the middle, and then like after every like a little bit I get tired, I hit it, and after I don't know, it was jump rope when you've hit your foot like 4 times in a row and you just like fuck, and you just throw like the jump rope down, you're so frustrated. Like in that moment I just walked over to the laptop and I hit like checkout. So
Buy now. Yeah.
I ended up buying it, and then so I was like, okay, I was kind of excited, and then I failed to realize how much I actually paid for it. So when I like checked my statement, I didn't realize it was in US dollars, and I looked, so what I thought was supposed to be like a $90 jump rope excluding tax and $10 shipping. I checked my statement, $157, folks. I paid for this jump rope.
I hope it's the best ever. I hope
it's actually pretty good. Yeah, no, it was like there's some weight to it. So most jump ropes, like when like I guess most people's issues with a jump rope in terms of like being able to get it over outside of technique is the ability to apply force, in repetition. So I know they did come out with new technology that has like weight in the jump rope, but most of the weight ends up being in the handles. So this jump rope has the weight in the handles but in the rope, so it's actually like a training system. So it actually like you can lock it and unlock it, and then the one I purchased comes with 2 different types of ropes. One's a 1/4 pound, one's a 1/2 pound. It doesn't sound like much, but when you're doing it like for 3-4 minutes, like you are just dying, like your arms are just dying, and you have to apply more force to get it over. It's actually a really good workout. And then they have like,
that's cool.
Yeah, they have the heavier duty. You know what? I'll grab it. Everyone just a hold. So I'll even show you. For those listening, clearly you can't see, but you could Google it, YouTube it. Yeah, and it comes with like an app. We're totally just plugging them right now. So, you sub for a sub. I think that's the YouTube lingo. Yeah, so it's cool. So it swivels like this. So it just rotates already, but then it has like a system, right? So if you observe, Dave, I can take this, pinch it, and then it just hinges like that, and I can just lock it in, and then it doesn't tangle. So like
That's
this one's the
awesome.
quarter pound, there's a half pound, there's a pound, 2 pound, and 5 pounds. So I'm excited. I tried a bit of it yesterday and I was like, oh shit, but it's cool. Like it just makes this like it like when you get like a good momentum, I feel like I'm in like the Badlands. Is that the right term for Australian deserts? Whatever. But I feel like I'm like it sounds like a didgeridoo. It's like
So, okay, so my question on that is probably anybody that's ever been skipping has smashed their calves or something or their back. What about on this rope? This must hurt a lot if you actually make a mistake.
yeah. So with that being said, yeah. So I have a few like posture issues too, and I'm really working on like my technique and like when you're jump roping, it's best to stand with good posture. So like shoulders back, like head tall or whatnot. So that's one thing I'm working on. I have what's called like wing scapula on my. I have like internal rotation, so I have a big chest, and it's been impacted more so by like office jobs or whatnot, which is probably like 90% of the population in the world. I mean, or North America. But most people I deal with or you deal with has that same thing. So anyway, so like I guess what that means, it impacts like the way I put my like position in my arms, number one. And then number two, I have long arms. Number three, yeah, I have like some foot ankle toe issues. So when I trip up, I usually hit my toe. So yeah, yesterday when I tried it, like I just took one like right on like the nub of the toe of my left foot. That's usually the one that like I don't have a stable foot. The ankle's mobile, the foot's stable. So sometimes I land funny and just like took one in the toe and it stung a little. No
Just
worse
a
than
little.
just a little. I mean, I'm covered in tattoos, so like my pain threshold's probably way
Yeah,
different
that's true.
than most people. So yeah, but it hurt. I took one to the toe. Definitely took one to the toe.
Some battle wounds.
Yeah, so I'm gonna play around with it today. They have the app. I was looking at the app, so it was cool. It's a good training system. At the end of the day, right? Like I don't know, like things are really overcomplicated, and people are like, we're going nuts. There was that global, I think it was Global News did a news report calling like gym equipment the new toilet paper, and everyone's paying like X amount for dumbbells, and most of those people, in my opinion, I bet a large part, again, I'm throwing numbers out of my ass, but a large part, probably those people didn't really work out that much to begin with, because like I don't know why you'd be getting a bunch of like dumbbells are great, but like in terms of like overall fitness based on something that you can do for duration of time, and we're all aware that we're supposed to be quarantined for X amount of time at the rate regular dumbbells sell anyways, like a pair of like let's say 35 dumbbells. I think it's $2 a pound or something. You're looking at $75. There's only so much you can do with where you can get like literally like a $20 jump rope band and then just like do that anywhere, get good at it. And then like shadow box, do some body weight stuff, get one kettlebell,
Yeah.
like for probably like half the price of dumbbells. You can do so much stuff. Like if anyone's familiar with what's called a landmine, it's like a device where you can stick a barbell in there, and literally if you get like a landmine and like a barbell and like a couple of plates, probably cost you about $300. You can have a full like array. So anyways, where the hell was I going at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the jump rope's cool because I could just do it anywhere, and I like it. I can't run as much. So like, and this one in particular is a whole system. So
And that's a good thing. And again, you have a loft, so you don't have to worry about the ceilings. I hit my ceiling, so I don't do the jump
you
rope.
can't. Yeah, you have to go outside for sure. I just have to worry about my French bulldog, who's like he thinks everything and everyone is his friend. Like he'll just stare at a tree. He'll like walk by like random people. He likes real Asian girls for some reason. Like if he sees an Asian girl walking by, like he'll just stop. Like I don't like, especially Filipinos. I don't know. I'm sure if he thinks every like girl walks by as my mom, because my mom looked after him. So I don't know.
Maybe.
Who knows what the dog sees?
He's like, "Are you going to feed me?"
Yeah, but like, yeah, I gotta make sure I don't whip him in the face because he just likes to hang around my workout sessions. So, but when he sees the jump rope, he just fucking runs upstairs and just hides. He just hates that thing.
He doesn't like the noise, maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my. And then I got what was called a wrecking ball punching bag. That's my other toy. So we're gonna get cracking on that today because I'm trying to do my best at trying to become a kickboxer.
Well, it's good. It's a time to get to experiment on different exercises for yourself that you maybe wouldn't do. Like again, that's what I am forced to have to do, and it's just different. So I do really like my bands. Thank God I bought those.
Yeah.
Because it does add a significant amount of resistance. And then I have the power stack weights. So it goes from 2 pounds to 50, and you just can keep changing it out. I think Bowflex also has a version.
No, that's
So
cool.
the wicked part is I chuck everything under my couch afterwards, so you can't even see it.
See, that's cool. Yeah, mine's like stashed away, like in different like compartments. There's like behind the couch, storage room, and all that stuff. Yeah, no, the bands are cool though. Like the bands are like you have like the system one, right? With like the 6 different
Yeah, so
colors.
each one it says like add this one adds 10 pounds and it goes the next one's 20 pounds extra, another one that's 30, 40, 50. So it actually tells you the resistance on it and you just clip it onto the straps.
Yeah,
Like
that's
there's
cool.
actual handles. So I'm grateful that I have that. I bought that actually for travel. I used to have a TRX set. And I found TRX it just wasn't super versatile and the back movements you couldn't do that much. Like you could do I guess rows and stuff, but this you can
See,
equivalent. It's like a TRX, but with resistance bands.
here's the thing with the TRX. Here's my opinion, of course, and I've been using that thing for like I think when it first came out. Maybe I'm wrong, but I have been like I've used it. I used to do like a lot of boot camps with it, and I just remember when I first was aware of it, like some of the first videos that you could watch on it that that didn't come with the actual thing were like all military based. At the end of the day, and this is my opinion, that like that stuff was created for like a military person, and like it's great. It went it went commercial. Everyone's using it. But like I were teaching some classes, and like some of the grandmothers and stuff were there, great. But like I got no core strength. It is an advanced tool. It can be
It is.
basic, but like yeah, I mean, and I guess I'm referring to more like the door hang. The door hang is great. You can do some stuff, but that thing is literally meant to be like hung straight up. And I remember like watching this old video, this guy like in a military outfit, and he had it hooked to this like fucking like I don't know if it was a totem pole, and the shit he was doing like hanging upside down, like flipping up, like walking up till he's like vertical and doing like crazy. That's literally like what it's capable of. So I think it's just like I mean the great business model, but like for what it's actually should be for is an amazing thing. But it's just become so dumbed down or watered down, and like let's do some rows, and then great, you can fucking row from anything. So like, but like if you were to put someone in it in a plank and do like a 2-minute circuit, most people would crumble into like a pile of pain, like oh my god, but never want to do that again after like 27 seconds if you actually like did it properly. So like that's the set. And then just going back to the posture thing, like most people we meet nowadays, like like the new normal, if anything, is like we just sit. We sit in front of a screen, on a phone, at a desk, on a drive, some sort of transport, and like our posture and our core is fucked. So anyways,
I'd say it's too advanced for the average person. Because when I bought mine, same thing. I used to go to the park and hang it off a tree and do stuff. And yeah, you put your feet in there, you do some like what is it, mountain climbers and a whole bunch of other core exercises like that. It's fun, but it's way too advanced for most people. Even just that, like you said, your traps, keep those down, everything depressed. Like I watch people when they do it in a gym setting when they don't have a trainer, and I kind of laugh and I'm like, what? You're not doing any, you're going to hurt yourself.
Yeah, right. It's like, me after a couple of drinks and I think I'm like John Travolta from like Saturday Night Fever, but if I actually look in the reflection, I'm probably Elaine Bennis from Seinfeld.
Oh my God. That's right? The best.
Woo.
Yeah. Her dance.
Yeah. So yeah, that was one thing with CrossFit too, right? Like I know they're supposed to like, I mean, they promote like awareness, but it was very like non-mirror based. They had to be aware, and you have to have a coach, and that was cool. But I don't know, for me, especially like my starting point and like what I've been through, like I need that visual reciprocal feedback. Like coaching cue is cue, and then like, and that's the whole thing, right? That's why there's so many different coaches, so many different cues. It's really like how you process that information that's given and revert it back to like a mind muscle connection. So
I personally feel it's more motivating with a mirror. Like I'm one of those people where if I see my reflection, I get more motivated, because then like I know it's not everybody's, but then you see hypertrophy, so it starts getting like veiny, starts getting more muscular and everything like that, whatever muscle you're working on, chest or whatever, and then you're like, okay, I want to work out harder, and then you want to go harder and harder. So like I need a mirror. I'm a big advocate. I was like, well, I wouldn't have a gym like this, but I mean, like, I'm sure you'd be more motivated if you just had to work out in your underwear at a gym. If everybody was just in their underwear, you would work really hard.
I'm American Psycho with like everything. I just stare at myself in the mirror all the time. Everyone knows that scene. No, but yeah, like I don't know. The mirror is definitely motivating. I'm like a hair slicker too. Like I just have like slicking back my hair. Like early '90s, like Christian Slater. All the references, but yeah, so like the mirror is definitely motivating too with the right lighting, for sure. I mean, are we doing it for health? Are we doing it for ego base? I mean, at the end of the day, there's so many mental health issues and just the world we live in nowadays. Like growing up the 80s, 90s, 2000s. It's superficial. And like, I mean, we're just constantly looking at images like all day
Well,
long.
I would argue if you're a little bit lower body fat percentage, you're probably healthier. So you might be like going into it vanity, but if you're like, okay, I ate too much on the weekend and you're forced to work out without a shirt, you're like, okay, well, next weekend I won't eat out as bad.
Yeah, right.
I would suspect. I mean, that's what happens with me if I go outside, I'm like, yeah, overate this week.
You know, like, yeah, with that gym I'm a member of, like, I'm paying like $200 a month. Like, I feel like if I want to take my shirt off, I should be allowed to. You know,
Yeah,
it's
I
200
think
bucks.
so.
I mean, it's a meat market there, anyways. It's supposed to be like this 1% where celebrities go on the hot bodies. I'm like, you know, fuck it. Like, I'm just gonna take my shirt. I'm gonna take my shirt off. If I go back to that gym when it opens back up, I'm just gonna see what happens.
Just you might as well.
Yeah, like Abercrombie and Fitch,
Yeah.
bicep back workout. Booyah.
You know what? It would be, I would love like a 360 mirror as we could work out. Like everybody was in there. Like maybe that's how the social isolating should be in gyms. Like everybody has a station of 360 mirror and some gym equipment. Then you can see all angles that you're working out. That'd be sweet.
Or if I was thinking rich, I would have like my gym mirror set up like that scene in Enter the Dragon with like Bruce Lee when there's like all the fucking mirrors, like the hall of mirrors. Wouldn't that just be like,
Yeah,
cool? You know? But yeah, you try not to drop anything. You know, I remember like when I was working for Good Life and like I had a client, we were trying to do ollie lifts and we're in like the group fitness studio and he threw the barbell down and before we didn't realize that the barbell was rolling and it rolled all the way to like the other side of the gym and like cracked the mirror. I'm like, oh. And I was the manager too, so I'm like, okay, let's you know, I didn't see that. Never. Can we cut this out of the podcast? No, kidding. Yeah. So I think we blamed it on someone else. I don't know. It was a tiny crack. I don't think anyone from that company is listening. So
just put some tape over it.
these are my confessions. Yeah. Yeah. Oops. But it was like 10 pounds. It was like the barbell was like 45, and then we only had like 2 bumper plates and it's never rolled like that. And what I forgot was when they laid the foundation, when they laid the gym, there was this one spot in the middle of the group fitness studio that had a slight slant. So when he threw it down, it like rolled all like, oh shit, I forgot about that, man. Oops.
You could see it playing out slow motion probably before it hits.
Yeah. No, like, well, no, we saw it like the other, because it was a fitness studio. So there's like 2-sided mirrors and then they had like a stage set out for like the group fitness instructor. So like we saw it in that, like as we were walking away, we saw it in the other mirror behind us. It's like rolling away. I'm like, oh Christ.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. Yeah, but mirror, like I don't know. That's one thing I definitely look for in a gym. That's definitely a selling point. Like a gym can be nice, but like if the lighting's right, I'm like, okay, sold. I just can't work. I wouldn't be able to work out.
Yeah, you need like I do like mirrors, and like I have really good body awareness too. But I just like the mirrors. I am a weirdo, I guess. I just like watching myself as I work out.
Yeah, and I need eye candy. I just need eye candy. You know, like, and then this is not like trying to be like that guy, but I just like I just remember when I was super overweight, like I was a shy kid, and you know, I didn't really shed all of it. I didn't think I had my first kiss till I was like 19. I'm kidding. But no, but I was a shy kid. So I just remember that was always a motivating factor when I was younger. I'm like, I want to get fit so I can have a date. So I used to always try to like, I would go to like the university gym in the U of M in Manitoba or Winnipeg. And like, it was just crawling. So it's just always motivating. So like, I don't know. I'm not trying to be that guy. I actually don't. That's one of my rules is I don't shit where I eat. And like the gym's my sanctuary. And I just wouldn't like, that's supposed to be the place where I deload my stress. And I'm like, I'm the only person on the planet, so to speak. And that's my time away from everything where I can focus. So like, I don't think I've ever picked up a girl or like asked anyone up for their number, a date at the gym. And then especially when it became my career too, I was just like, no, I had like a no client rule and that sort of stuff. So like, yeah, I just never like mixing that. So like, you know, so anyways, but I still like the eye candy because it's just motivating, right? I don't know, like easy, like there's probably some scientific research behind that. Like if you work out in like an eye candy based gym, like you're like X percentage fitter, you know?
It probably does work that way, and it probably works for like again both sexes. Like I've done that where like I joined gyms in the beginning of my career of getting into fitness, but I purposely joined ones that were like supposed to be bodybuilders, and they were massive guys. And I was like this after I lost all my fat, I was like this scrawny guy. I was like, you know what, like I'm not attracted to the sex, but I was like, I want to be like those guys, and those guys are around me, like working out as hard as they can, dripping sweat, grunting, whatever. I was like, okay, that's cool. So yeah, whether it's eye candy either way, like I think you
Yeah,
work out hard when fit people are around you, good
no,
looking
for
fit
sure.
people.
Yeah, it can't be no worse than like a paleo potluck party, which is a PG-13 orgy. Like let's get real here. Like you're in a gym with like a bunch of topless people and sweaty people, and then get together and eat a bunch of food and drink. Like what's going on. It's just called like just I don't know, like a gym fuck fest, like
Yeah,
potluck party. Like like come on. You
I
know,
haven't been to any of those.
yeah, I would never. I would just no. I'm like I just don't like masquerades. I just like let's just call this what it is, please. I want to know what I'm getting into because I don't know. Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it's like a fucking hipster fest. I don't know. Maybe we're gonna play like categories and like talk about our feelings and drink some fucking lattes. Like I don't know. So it could go either way, right? But it went that way. So I'm like, okay, but like just let's be transparent, please. So
Yeah.
yeah. So, on another another topic, if anyone who's been listening or watching our podcast, one of the major discussion points has been Tiger King. And I've been Dave's just been on me about it like every day. Just like you watch it, watch it. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. But if there was one thing that like I had this rule, I'm just like, okay, if like they make it into a movie, then I might have to watch it. So like, did you hear about that, Dave?
Are they making it into a movie?
So they're fucking making it into a movie. They're making it into a movie. And if there's one person that I'm like, okay, there's one, literally, I'm not even making this up, I'm not embellishing. In my mind, I'm like, there's one person I think should probably play this person. It should be this actor. And they fucking casted him. And the guy, what's his name again? Tiger Joe?
Yeah.
Is that his name?
I don't remember his actual
I don't,
name.
but they're getting Nicolas Cage to play Joe
Get out of here.
Exotic. Yeah, Nicolas Cage is fucking playing Joe Exotic. And like, if you actually look at Nicolas Cage now, I'm like, yeah, that's the perfect. Like
That's crazy.
that's perfect. So if there's one thing that Hollywood could have done to make me watch Tiger King is having fucking Nicolas Cage play Joe Exotic.
So now do you have it in your calendar of when you're going to watch it?
Yeah, well,
You have to obviously
I gotta
watch
keep
it.
an update. Like I don't know how they're gonna pull this off because I think like Hollywood, they're gonna make it like an animated movie, like stop motion, or are they gonna like do it remotely? Because Saturday Night Live is doing stuff remotely, so like I guess that like it's probably in the works. They're gonna film it, later.
Well, there's now the wicked part is technology's there. Like I was watching on the news and they said, yeah, especially in Vancouver, I know the film industry is massive, so we're losing like what is it, billions of dollars on that. But they said with CGI
Billions.
and everything, it's easier so that you could be at your home and I could be at my home, not necessarily home, but hometown in your own set and still be able to do some of this stuff. They're just figuring out some of the software. So
Yeah, well, I mean,
I,
if Carrie Fisher can do an 8 ball of coke and die at the age of 75 and still be in the last Star Wars, they could probably do anything, right? Like, just
yeah,
CGI that shit. Yeah, I remember when that first, like, I remember the coolest thing ever was like when, I mean, it wasn't cool that Brandon Lee got murdered, but I think it was like The Crow was one of the first ones where he got shot and they like had to like get like a stand-in, but you couldn't even tell when you watched the movie, and
yeah, they can do cool stuff with movies now, and especially like again the 3D rendering and everything. Like all they need is some footage of you, and then they can make anything happen.
yeah, I guess one of the probably most famous ones is Paul Walker of recent history with like the brother,
Yeah,
you know. So, but who thought like Carrie Fisher was just bumping rails all the time? Princess Leia, you know, galaxy far. She was definitely far, far away.
yeah, maybe that. I think it helps. I guess I don't know.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe she was partially pickled. Like I don't know. I don't know like what her history was. I know like I remember George Carlin for those, and then like he used to do like seven a day or something like that, and like he still the ripe old age of like 78, I think, when he passed. He was my favorite. And then like I think Van Damme said in his height he was like 13 a day. I'm like, holy shit. Like
That's insane.
yeah.
I
I
don't know.
started watching this going back to Van, I started watching this show with him on Amazon. Have you seen that, Dave? Have we talked about this?
No.
Okay, so Jean-Claude, he did Bloodsport and Kickboxer, and then something happened in like 1992 where I think he made Double Impact, where like he has a twin, and that was like a going trend. But then like so there's that trend, and there's two Van Damme trends. There's that one, and then now he plays himself because there was like JCVD and there's like a couple other things, I think. But then yeah, so it's a show where he plays himself. He's Jean-Claude Van Damme, And the entire time where he was an actor was actually all COVID operations, because he was like a CIA agent, I think. So every movie he's done was actually a setup by the government to mask his operation that he was actually doing.
That's crazy.
That's like the fucking funniest show. It's actually pretty good. So
No, yeah, I haven't seen that one yet, but there's so many good ones.
yeah, I don't know. There's just, that's the whole thing too. Like I felt inundated with options beforehand, you know, with like all the apps and all the content. It's just so easy to dismiss stuff. We've talked about this in a previous podcast. So like, yeah, it's just almost too much. We're like, I don't even finish stuff anymore.
Yeah, it is too. Our attention spans are all over the place, and there is so much of everything.
Yeah, it's like the Joe Exotic. I'm like, no, I don't like your face today. I'm like, bye, maybe I'll watch it next week, you know, like.
Yeah. Well, it also shows, not on the same topic, but on the topic of all these actors and everything doing all these drugs, it shows how resilient our bodies can be. Like if you want to think of a positive side.
Well, for sure. Like, I wonder if that was the thing, right? With like Van Damme, like, I mean, like from what I think I remember those numbers, they're not probably too far off, but like probably double of the other two people I talked about. And was it because he was super fit and healthy? I think in our last podcast or two podcasts ago, we talked about Ric Flair and like the amount of alcohol he drank, you know, and then like the torrent, like, I don't know what other kind of stuff he was doing, painkillers and blah, blah, blah. And that's just, you know, been the theme with like wrestlers or whatnot, but just even that physical demand based on their schedule, not only the travel schedule, but like what they do for a living is just incredible.
Well, I think it's how fast you can get your metabolism. So if you are a little bit healthier and fit, it can process good and bad faster.
I don't know, like he's drinking like what, like a 40 of whiskey like every night, and then wrestling. Like I didn't even want to go to my door to like get my DoorDash delivery after like 4 drinks the next day. So like, you know, I don't know what elixir that guy is drinking, but you know, I wish I could just like leave the door open for like the, you know, skip the dishes guy. I'm like, hey, here by the couch.
Yeah, just put
an extra 5. Like, I'm not moving, pal. Thank you.
Yeah, you just need like some kind of buzzer for your door where it automatically unlocks, or
yeah, that'd be Alexa, open the door. Is that a thing? It's probably.
I bet you they will have it. I was reading actually an article. Shoot, who's the really rich guy on Dragon's Den that owns the basketball team?
Oh, Mark Cuban.
Yes. He said right now for all the young people coding and stuff like that, he's like, if I had to start all over and I was like 15, 16, I would code for Alexa and Google. He's like, because it's actually crazy easy to code, and more things like that are popping up where it's like, okay, hey Alexa, like start vacuuming, and then that Roomba starts vacuuming, or hey Alexa, open the door, and it opens. He's like, people are getting lazier and they want to code everything for that. He's like, that's where you'll turn into a billionaire again. So more people are probably going to start coding for that exact situation.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Hey Alexa, order my last thing on DoorDash. Okay.
just feeding into people's laziness. If I had a robotic vacuum, I'd name it Rosie, just like the Jetsons. I'll just say that much.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I always felt that like Rosie actually had the hots for George. And I think that's why, because didn't she hate Judy? I think like Rosie hated Judy.
They're probably just doing the normal stereotype of women hating women.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Like, yeah, so like I deal with like anxiety, and I always have. So I finally like jumped into the CBD edible pool, and it actually has gone away. So and then yeah, so like anyway, so yeah, I started doing CBD. I know it's like the biggest craze, but yeah, so I was just gonna like eat an edible and watch the Jetsons.
I wonder if that's on Amazon now. They have a bunch of retro shows. I wonder.
Oh, do they?
They might, because there's a whole bunch of different networks you can. Well, I guess it's through Prime, but then you buy like a package through it again.
Okay, yeah, I think that's been my issue. There's a bunch of different channels I've been adding on. Like I added like MGM and then Hey You, because I like watching Real Housewives of New York. Confession. And then, but that's where it adds up. You know what I mean? And it's just like there's like, yeah, like, oh, this is better than cable. And I know it's probably a subject that's been talked about a lot. But then, yeah, I check my thing and I have like $100 in subscriptions. Where like I should probably just stick with YouTube, and then I don't know. And then I convince myself of ordering a movie, and it's like $6. I'm like, well, might as well just get the subscription. Like, screw it. The amount of times like I've canceled Netflix like 4 times like in 8 weeks. Well, like, hey, you just make a fucking decision, Rob. Just stick with it.
That's and that's the thing. Everything's so easy to cancel or add. Like, and that's how they get you. Like, again, we talked about this that I watched The Matrix, so I looked it up, and it was like, okay, you can rent for like something ridiculous, like $20 on this one station, or you can just buy this set of channels for $4.99 for a month, and the first month's free. I'm like, well, how could I lose?
Yeah.
So like, you do that with enough shows, and then you're like, oh, now I'm paying $100 a month.
Yeah. Right.
So by the way, I have to remind her to cancel that.
No, for sure. Like, actually, it's funny. I was just trying to cancel a bunch of stuff today because I ordered like, can't remember what the hell I ordered. Star, I think. But then it's just like they just get me with like a few movies. You know, like I like actually like I'm nerding out and watching a bunch of stuff from the 80s and 90s. Like I wanted to watch like Three Ninjas the other day, and I don't even like I had to like order it. But if that would have been on
that's a good movie.
That's a classic.
And then Three Ninjas Kick Back.
I don't think I saw that one. I think
There's
like I watched the first one, and then I skipped the third one because Hulk Hogan was in the third one.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hulkamania.
Well, I almost canceled Disney the other day, but then on May 4th, of course, they launched another Star Wars, so now I have to watch that. So
I just can't cancel Disney. Like I was thinking about it. It's just nice to have because like I like my background noise is just like Marvel movies. You know.
Yeah.
Hey, so Dave, have you heard of this thing? I don't know where the fuck I've been for like the past decade, but have you heard of this thing called ASMR?
I don't think so.
It's like auto response sensory, blah, blah, blah. It's this huge, it's this like underground thing. They actually have like treatments and spas. But like, it's you get like certain like elations or something from noises, certain audibles or whatever. So like, it's huge on YouTube, and there's people that put up videos, and they have like a couple of them. I think one's from actually Victoria. She's got like 1.77 million subscribers. And then it's like just her eating like a honeycomb, and she just gets a bunch of food. She's eating shit in the microphone, and then like the noises are supposed to like give you this tingling sensation, like someone's whispering. You know that sensation when someone's whispering, and you get a little chill, or whatever. So these noises are supposed to elicit that effect, and they actually do these treatments in spas. And then like this one Asian dude. Well, it doesn't matter if he's Asian or not, but this one dude, like I checked out this thing, it was like 8.95 like million subscribers, and it's just this dude with like a black screen background, and he's just got a bunch of McDonald's, and he's just eating like the bit I watched. He's just eating French fries in the fucking microphone. But it instantly brought me back to like I remember like I used to love the noise of this one commercial, and I don't know if you remember this McCain commercial when we were growing up. This kid named Kevin. He's this nerdy little kid. He almost looked like the kid from like
putting that little ketchup one.
Yeah, the fucking ketchup one. He used to eat the fries. It was just dead silent. He'd just be like, just chewing the fries and shit. I'm like,
it does work. Now I want those fries actually, right?
So like, I'm like, I don't know if I'm getting a tingling sensation, but like, can I get some fries from Skip? My door's open. Alexa, order Skip. But but it's this huge fucking thing where like the honeycomb video, the girl from Victoria got like 30 million YouTube views. So like, I don't like, are people actually fucking into this stuff? Can't we just stick with porn? Like, I don't know what's going on. Can't you just like get someone to whisper in your ear? Like, what happened to phone sex? This is weird. I guess it's free. Like, I don't know. Like, and I don't know what percentage of people are watching it just to watch it, to see what's up, or are actually enjoying it. But yeah, they have it in like spa treatments where you can get an ASMR treatment. So I don't know if the person like, I don't know if you can request certain things.
That is so weird. Well, if you want, next podcast, we can just eat things and see what works.
Well, that's actually, folks, is why I'm bringing this up. So episode 6, Dave and I are going to eat. If there's any special requests that people have, send them now. I was going to go with barbecue Fritos and cheese. Okay.
That's
it's like a huge...
But speaking of eating stuff, I have a couple of healthy snacks that I got the other day from Body Energy near us. I'll show you. This one's a local company. So you heard of Smart Sweets. There's other gummy bears made in Richmond, and it's with pea protein and a bunch of other stuff, but it has, per 50 grams serving, 160 calories, 42 carbs, but 27 grams of fiber and 10 grams of protein.
How much sugar is in it?
The sugar is 1 gram.
What kind of sugar is it? What kind of sweeteners in it? So it's just like fiber and starch?
Yeah, basically. So pea protein, Let's see. Where's the sugar?
That just like that's something that never sounds really appealing to me. Pea protein. It just always sounds like ew. Just like I don't think.
Stevia is mostly what it's sweetened with.
Okay.
So there's that. It's actually pretty decent. And then I think I told you about it, but I actually have it now. The chocolate and peanut butter protein cups. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, I'm not really a big fan of them. I'm not a fan of those.
Oh man, they're so good. It tastes like Reese's Pieces.
They're just very chalky.
No. Are you sure you
Yeah.
had this brand before?
Yeah, no, I definitely have. It's just they were just very dry. I mean, some people are like, I don't know, man. There's just like that's a lot of stuff's great. There's for me personally, there's just certain things that like a couple staple items I just don't think you should make dietary. You know, like a cheeseburger. Let's just stop fucking around with a cheeseburger. Like if I want a cheeseburger, I'm gonna get a cheeseburger. Like, you know, we don't have to. I don't know. Like I might offend a bunch of vegans and stuff, and it's great. Like you can still eat a burger, but then just call it like something else. I don't know. Is it
I
a
love
burger?
burgers.
Like,
I could eat burgers every single day, so I'm sorry,
yeah.
vegans.
I don't know. I just wouldn't call I just wouldn't call a vegan burger a burger. Can we just call it something else? Like it's just cheeseburger. It's like cheeseburger's like greasy and this sort of stuff, and we're just trying to like change it. That's one. Number two is a peanut butter cup. Like I don't know. Can we just make it shit. Like just keep it shitty. Like just keep it bad for you. You know. I don't know. That's
you can.
One.
The other day I ordered a bunch of candy because of you actually. I'm gonna blame you because the other day you told me you can order from movie theaters.
Oh yeah, you can.
But you said popcorn, so I did, and I ended up with like $40 worth of movie theater candy.
What did you get?
Oh man, I got a little bit of everything. I just like was on there just for like one candy bar, and then I was like, oh, but I like this one, and I like this one, and I like this one.
So there's this. So have you heard of the Charisma Cafe here in Vancouver? Okay, so like I just half of my, you know, when I'm telling you I'm working, like the first 30 minutes are probably me looking on food apps. But there's this Charisma Cafe, and they have like specialty milkshakes and desserts. In this one section, they have like custom, like shitty candy, like milkshakes. So there's like a Kit Kat milkshake. There's a Ferrero Rocher. Yeah, there's a Reese peanut butter one. Yeah, so Charisma Cafe, Dave. We're just gonna escalate this.
Do they deliver?
Oh, what's on Skip? I think the Skip or DoorDash.
Even the milkshakes? I wonder how they do that.
Oh yeah, I know. I order milkshakes all the time. Yeah, they just like there's something like in the gelatinous crap they put in that keeps it relatively frozen. I know they have. Like
I want the Kit Kat. I want that.
Yeah, no, yeah. I had Dairy Queen last Saturday. It was a cheat day, folks. And then Johnny Rockets. It's this chain from Alberta. Maybe they're from. I know that's maybe from the States. I don't know, but it was in Alberta first. And they have like killer milkshakes. So yeah, I get milkshakes all the time, which is not good. They brought to my door, inviting the devil inside. But yeah, so yeah, check it out if you want. They have like I think they have the same for cheesecakes too. Like you can get the same milkshakes as cheesecakes. I think. So
probably good not knowing all the unhealthy things.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back down to 200 pounds. At the quarantine for the contest, I think I was like 199, 200, and then I've been as big as like 211. I think during quarantine, which is not too bad because if I'm cutting, I should go back up anyways. So like,
yeah,
I really gained that much weight. But that's the whole thing, right? We shouldn't be measuring on the scale because like genetically, if I change anywhere, I'm half Filipino. I don't know if it's the Filipino genetics. I get like that like muffin top sort of pancake flat ass. So like the scale may say something, but I haven't really pointed the mirror down to see what's going on there. But I've been boxing, so it should be, you know, the apples are still hanging on the tree, I think.
That's good. That's good. That's why you need the progress pictures.
Yeah, right? You know, right?
Honestly, I do like doing stuff like that. Again, like even my hair is growing longer, and I ask people for years, like, tell me when I'm getting a mullet, and everybody's like, oh, they don't until I cut it off. And then after I cut it off, they're like, oh, you had a mullet. I was like, oh, thanks. Like,
why? You know what? That's the whole thing. Why
just be honest. Tell me if I'm fat. Tell me if I have a mullet.
Yeah, why are people so scared to say stuff? Like, I get mad if you don't. Like, I think like one of the things I like from Body Energy going back is they have something called the Blueberry Thrill, smoothie, but when I drink that thing, I just get like shit all over. And then like I checked, and then I think
Yeah,
it
you
came from,
can't
like,
get it out of your teeth. Yeah.
yeah, it came from behind, it snuck into the front, you know, it came to the back of the line and got front row seats, and then like I did this assessment, and then like after, I think I was like talking to Kev or something. He's like, "Oh, you got something in your teeth." I'm like, "Well, why the fuck didn't the 6
You're like,
people
you told me
before you
now.
say anything?" And the person I sat in the room with, like, just like, and I checked, and it came, like, I'm just like, "Come on, like, seriously, like, I just say something." Like, I think you're aware of that. I'm like, Dave, some here, just like,
Yeah.
why would you let someone go through the course of their day or life with like, you know?
I think we're just in so much fear now with society of like offending anybody. When most people just actually truly want to know what you're thinking, as long as you're not being rude about it. Like, you're not going to bully me. That's different than being like, hey,
Yeah,
like,
that's actually one of my favorite. I was actually saying that to someone the other day, right? Was that like that point? One of my favorite parts in any movie I watched a lot of movies was in the movie The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Maybe it's in the book. That's what I think. Oh, I should read the book. I'm like, that's why I'm watching the movie. I don't want to fucking read the book. Like, I don't want to read the book. I want to be able to like do stuff and watch it and hear it and that sort of stuff. But
yeah,
anyways, if I want to read the book, I want to read. Don't tell me. Great, it's a book. Thank you. You know, like you're cool because you read the book first, right? Like, anyways, but there's this part where like Daniel Craig knows it's the killer, and then like he doesn't want to go in because the killer's inviting him in, and then the guy invites him in for like a drink or something, and then like he says yes, and then like he's about to get killed, and he's just like, you know, you knew I was the killer, but then you like, I invited you in, you should have left, but then you still said yes, and it was like because you were scared of offending me, right? And that's what he talks about, the fear of offending, and it's just like literally that, it's just like the exclamation point because he is about to get killed. But like I just it was one thing that just really resonated with me, is that expression, because it's so true. I find like people just are so scared to stick up for themselves or just to say something, or like, you know, get like in an uncomfortable situation. I don't know if that goes hand in hand with like heightened anxiety, because that's one thing I've been experiencing during this quarantine too, because like one of my pet peeves and one of the things I possess, that I just like carry with me, sorry, is like people have road rage. I have like sidewalk rage, where like feel like people aren't walking properly, and I'm very New York. Maybe I talked about this last time, but yeah, so when I think about going out in this quarantine and like just people are taking liberties with social distancing, not like I'm just very old fashioned, you know what I mean? If like I'll like, if I'm walking three people wide, I'll move in a single file, I'll walk, that sort of stuff. And like every time I step, I'm like, am I gonna have to fucking yell at a motherfucker today? Like, am I have to get like Samuel Jackson on someone, you know? And I just don't want to do it. So just I get anxiety from it, because I don't want like I will offend somebody. You know what I mean? Like I'm that person. So like, I don't know.
well, maybe in the quarantine part, like right now, it might be worth it to offend them.
Yeah, but then why? Like why? Like I don't know. Like I don't know. Like I just try to like be the bigger person, realizing, you know, if they're doing it with me, and they're probably doing it with someone else, and you know,
Yeah,
I don't know, karma. That's something terrible to wish upon someone, but like I don't know, man. Like, you know, keep up with appearances too, right? Like there's, you know, senior citizens and people that are like, you know, generally vulnerable, or any vulnerable, like not just seniors, but people who may be vulnerable to this. And again, like this thing is not this thing doesn't discriminate.
yeah.
So you know what I mean? If you want to be an ignorant asshole and walk wherever the fuck you want, great. But then expect someone to say something. But at least just be respectful of other people and keep up appearances too, right? Maybe not even respect, just keep up. I don't know. Like the quicker you do this, the better. So, anyways, so like that offending. I'm not scared to offend someone. I'll offend them. But yeah,
I think as long as you're just honest in a nice way, be like, I don't like, your intention is not to necessarily offend them. It's like, hey, don't don't come in my bubble.
yeah, no, but that's one of those things where like I find is that like you'll just automatically generate a negative self-talk, because like it's just one of those things. It's like it's just so widely talked about, you know.
Yeah,
It's just
I
rules
think it.
of the road.
Yeah,
Like so, it's just like, how can this person not might do that? It's literally like should be a crime. Basically, it's almost that type of level where it's just
basically,
like,
it'd be like having two car lanes, but there's three cars driving beside each other.
yeah. But
So
again,
you're
I'm in the West End. I'm not, after the 17th time of being polite. I am number 18 is gonna get fucking like not so nice. You know what I mean? Like it just happens that frequently, right? You can just literally step outside and just see it everywhere, right? So
although we are doing really good compared to most of Canada.
yeah, you know, it's good, but again, like until I feel, again, my opinion, I'm not an expert, and I'm throwing it out there, so I'm just opening up the door to every keyboard person, keyboard critic, or whatever. But again, like we haven't tested everybody, you know, so like, who knows what the real numbers are, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, bring it on, fucking internet. I just said that. Throw it out there. Let's hear the comments. You know, that's one of my favorite pastimes. Actually, just going on Facebook and just seeing like like
The comments of things.
like the
Yeah.
arguments. Are you really that have nothing going on with your life that like you're like reading it? You know, I'm reading it. And I'm reading it because I'm being amused, but like to partake in it, I guess maybe I'm partaking in it by reading it. But like, I mean, like some of the ones that are like 4 or 5 chains down, like, you know what I mean, like this back and forth, and then I don't know, it's not your job to tell that person that they're stupid. Maybe you're compelled to. I don't know. Like, does it stop there? Do you have like, are you the leader of some union that stops stupidity globally? Or does it just end with that one person? Are you equally as bored? I don't really know, but can't we just put like your energies towards positive things, I guess is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, take a course, read a book, blah, blah, like, you know, not only you're reading an article, you're checking the comments and you're writing back, and it's becoming this thing. And people are doing it daily, and I see some of the same people. And I'm just like, holy fuck, man, this is what we've come to. Like, I don't know.
It is crazy when it's like, I think some people honestly are looking for a fight. I read lots through those. I see the really good ones that I like. It's like, okay, that's your opinion. They recognize that person's opinion, and then they say their opinion, and then it doesn't continue on past that usually. Like,
Yeah, and
it's not
it's
that's
yeah,
fine.
I don't know. It's like there's will they hold like will they hold any water to like their opinion? You know what I mean? If they're like really confronted, let's say, or like approached or talked about in person, or is it just like the anonymity behind it and like blah blah blah? It's just like very cowardly. I find it's just like, can we just don't even just do something else? Just don't waste your fucking time. Like,
Well, you have people that like normally you encounter that just like arguing.
yeah, you know, and fuck those people. It's just like, sorry, yeah, just like, you know, like I don't know how much you hate your mom or dad or something, and like you're really just downloading that stuff on other people, but like I don't know, it's just like, yeah, just arguing. I
Yeah,
like
it's
to argue with the right person, not a stranger.
yeah, and yeah, sometimes it could be entertaining and fun, but yeah, exactly. You're not looking to just purposely pick a fight.
Yeah, that's what I feel a lot of these internet people are doing. The
Yeah,
internet, some of them, you know. Anyways, that's my
the
rant.
internet made it
Everybody.
way easier to do that because yeah, they probably wouldn't do it. You're right, in front of. I'd say if you're going to do it in front of like a normal person face to face, then probably do it on the internet too. If you're not the person that would say it face to face, then probably shouldn't do it on the internet either.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, no, but it's just like I don't know. As
Like
I'm,
if you're
as
willing
I'm,
to come and talk to me person to person and be like, hey, this is my opinion, like,
yeah,
uh, and then yeah, fine, you're in the right to probably do it on the internet too.
yeah, as I'm venting on on this podcast, which is going
Yeah,
to
exactly.
be the internet. But you know, I don't know. Yeah, no. At the end of the day, it's just like I just like, yeah, because like the girl, for example, like she started this YouTube channel, and like she's like she has an Instagram blog, and it's like metrics driven, numbers and all that sort of stuff, and you get validation behind like, you know, the amount of things, the amount of likes, and that sort of stuff too. So one thing that's been driving her nuts is that like she'll have like X amount of likes on YouTube, but then automatically this one person, I suspect it's one person, they're logging in there and like disliking your thing like immediately, and it's like 3 things, or maybe someone generally dislikes it, but then it's just like, I don't know, like, but then there's no comment, so it's just like, and then she just pissed her off, but it's like the validation for her behind it. It's like, oh my god, I have these like dislikes, and then she's like almost driven to like comment it on social media. No, I'm like, hey, this is the name of the game, right? Like,
Yeah.
people will just like, they'll do this on our thing, on other things, and people just dislike just the dislike. It's just like, I don't know, but it's just a weird thing to me that like just dislike something or like something. Like if I
Yeah.
like it, I don't know, I guess it helps the creators out, but like,
I think if anything, like I don't think I've ever actually purposely disliked everything. If
yeah,
anything, I'm more of the opposite of like I over like and share because I know how important it is. Like most people are like, oh yeah, that's funny. I'm like, well, did you like it? No, but it's funny. Like it. If you actually like it and you enjoy it.
yeah. That reminds me of the Seinfeld episode. Remember the Seinfeld episode where Jerry dates the non-laugher because he's a comedian and he keeps telling jokes, and then the chick doesn't laugh. All she says is, "Oh, that's funny."
Yeah, like then why didn't you laugh?
Yeah, it's just like, why aren't you laughing? Because I'm hilarious. Oh, that's funny. And then like I think that she had a roommate that episode, and she was like, and the roommate was an over laugher. I think that was, maybe I'm mixing this up.
Yeah.
Seinfeld nights, and then like she even does like the arm grab, like ha 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 ha. It's just like and then I think that's when he wants to do the roommate switch.
Yeah, I love Seinfeld. It's supposed to be on Netflix, but not till 2021.
Oh, it's on Crave, so you don't have to wait a whole year. Yeah.
Okay, so I could just subscribe to another.
Yeah, no, well, that was the whole thing, because I canceled Crave. Even like I just canceled Crave because I'm like, hey, which one am I watching the most? And I started watching more YouTube stuff, and then I have Prime, and then I don't know, Netflix got me for a bit because they always cycle their content, and I just feel like a video platform whore right now, and I'm just sticking it everywhere. But I got into this series on Crave called Castle Rock. It's like Stephen King. So I canceled it. I didn't finish it. And then as soon as I canceled it, Crave like sent me this thing. So you get 2 months for free if you buy 1 month. I'm like, I'm back, Crave. You know,
That's how they get you. I know, right?
I got some champagne and some dinner. Let's rock and roll for 3 months, 2 months. I don't know. But yeah. So you can try out Crave because Crave's cool with like something. I mean, they got HBO content, and then like I don't know, they don't have as much content as like let's say in Netflix. So like I kind of like that sometimes. So I find when I'm on Netflix, I just feel like I'm in like at West Edmonton size mall video store, and I'm just like,
yeah, it's too much. Too much to look
through. I'm like an hour trying to find something. I'm like, Christ, can I just like? And then I know when I have something I want to watch, I'm like, I know what I want to watch, and I like search it. I'm like, great, you're not even on here, you know.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, so yeah.
So I think that's pretty much our podcast for today.
Yeah, that is time is up. Wrap it up. We need like the Academy Awards like music that just drops on us.
We should figure out how to just and then it's like a curtain close.
Yeah, the Dave Chappelle wrap it up blocks. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. So once again, everyone look at the link below. I think I'm underneath it. Remember to hit subscribe. Remember to follow us at Instagram, Turnfit, at Turnfit. Follow us or check us out on our website, www.turnfit.ca. Again, we have our 14-day challenge, right, Dave?
Yeah, 14-day challenge. There's a at-home survival kit, a whole bunch of freebies for you.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, and then again, anyone who signs up with us gets a discount for Movement Foods, 10% off. Again, that's local to Vancouver or BC or whatever. They're a meal prep company. And then, yeah, we have a 14-day challenge. Soon we're going to be launching our like YouTube membership. It's going to have premium classes, premium content on there. So remember to hit subscribe. And then we also have discounted promotional rates for our online training app, Turnfit. So check out the website for some of those offers, and then also join our Facebook community, Turnfit Facebook.
Yeah, check us out. We have tons and tons of experts in our community page actually right now, just constantly giving away free advice. So yeah, check it out, download our app.
All right.
Make sure to tune in to Turnfit all the time. Cool.
Yeah, and also remember, follow us on Spotify for the strict audio version of this, and or Podbean. TuneIn To TurnFit.
Yes, and tell your friends. Sharing is caring.
Okay. All right, everyone. See you later.
All right, cheers.
Okay. Cool. Stop recording.